Hey y'all, it's your favorite crypto VC Mark here, and today we're talking about DATs. What's DAT? So DATs, or DATs, really came into the scene back in 2020. We had this guy, Michael Saylor, who was running a company called MicroStrategy. They're like a software and analytics company. And he decided that in the face of America raising rates and the Treasury, printing money out of thin air, suddenly he thought, maybe I should be stacking Bitcoin on my company's balance sheet instead of US dollars. So he buys some Bitcoin, August of 2020. Bitcoin's like $11,000. And 4 months go by, and suddenly Bitcoin is $19,000. And his company is worth a lot more than it was before, not because of what they were doing before with their software business, but because suddenly the Bitcoin on his balance sheet was worth so much. So Michael Saylor, smart guy, he realizes that if he can issue new debt or equity or get access to fresh capital, he can use that capital to buy more Bitcoin. And by producing this fresh buy pressure on Bitcoin, he would raise the price of Bitcoin, therefore raising the value of his entire company, and therefore making it even easier to get new capital to do the same thing again. And so this is what Michael Saylor does. He first issues convertible debt back in December of 2020 and has continued to issue various types of debt and equity over the years. And so now he's gotten to a point where suddenly he has $72 billion worth of Bitcoin held on their balance sheet, something like 7% of the network. And so now this is a really substantial position for them and really has solidified the company not as a software and analytics company, but as this vehicle for public markets to get basically leverage on Bitcoin, where you can buy MicroStrategy shares. And if you believe that the price of Bitcoin is going to keep running up and that Michael Saylor will have even better access to capital, then you can actually bet on Bitcoin by buying MicroStrategy. And so if enough people believe that, it becomes even more true. So this is the history of DATs in a nutshell. Stay tuned for part 2, in which I'll go through the modern era of DATs, the 2025 era, in which we've seen this movement expand well beyond Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy. But that'll be in part 2. Thanks for watching. I hope this was useful.